So if you've spent a decent amount of time on the political side of the internet, you've probably heard the term liberal and leftist thrown around interchangeably. They are never, however, not the same thing. Although they are similar on the surface, they are both very different ideologies. For instance, they agree on identity politics but differ massively on how they deal with geopolitics and the economy. For instance, liberals are way more pro-war than leftists, and liberals seek to deregulate the economy. Leftists, on the other hand, choose populist position of regulating the economy, which leads to higher and more fair pay and benefits workers. A true liberal is always pro-worker. They may be well-read, but they never talk down to others in an elitist way. This is one of the areas where we run into problems. Many liberals claim to be leftists, then talk down to the blue-collar workers, folks that live in small towns. These people are assholes, and I apologize to those who have to deal with their behavior. I will never talk down to people who work with their hands, as I am one of them. The reason that liberals hate the working class is they seek to acquire favor with those in power. The smaller the group in power, the more control those in the center acquire. The goal of any government is to have more control, especially over their subjects. The larger the number of subjects, the less control the government has. This is, of course, terrible for the vast majority of citizens who find their quality of life downslide. This is why liberals try to demonize the working class, as they are usually coastal elites you hear conservative talk shows yell about. I have lived with liberals and leftists, and I have to say I love leftists very much. A true leftist is anti-violence, but we will fight for the downtrodden. A true leftist seeks to lift up those they disagree with. A true leftist is open-minded to others' way of life as long as they don't hurt others. This culture is about radical individuality and freedom. While many liberals are elitists and care deeply about their careers too much to have any real principles, you can have aspirations. The problem is when you do things like make weapons for a military-industrial complex. A leftist finds this immoral. This is why leftists often demonize as an expansionist empire like ours seeks to conquer, usually at our expense. Leftists want to live honest, dignified lives, which goes against the desperation our systems seek to keep us docile while keeping the money that goes to those folks' wages for themselves. Liberals often betray leftists every chance they get and sell out to the right every chance they get. This is one of the reasons why the Democratic Party keeps failing, as it's not really all that different from the right, and this is a problem. The left needs an identity, and recently a current American administration has started bombing boats in Venezuela. You think the Democratic Party would have more of a response. I have heard more passionate responses from libertarians, and this is a massive problem. You see, people who vote for the Democratic Party have very clear about what they want: higher pay, free health care, and less war. So when you hear these terms thrown out interchangeably, remember they are not the same thing. They are similar, but it's important to remember that we don't give up on leftism. Though for as long as liberals dominate the party will lose no matter how much money they throw in their direction. The other thing to remember is that conservatives are ultimately worse for working class. People who work in farms, factories, and trucks and mines are often feel that their left talks down to them, and they're not wrong. This is one of the things that drove me away from the left at one point. I've always felt liberals look down on me and always dismiss me when I've expressed distress. This is why it's important not to talk down to these folks. It's not for the sake of winning. The whole point of leftism is to provide people with a dignified life. Putting those down goes against the very principles of this ideology. Going forward, I will revisit this topic regularly as it's fundamental. Thank you, have a nice day, and please like and subscribe.